So, over the years, the LGBTQ plus movement has become massively impactful in this world, especially in the West, to the point that the flag is now raised next to states' flags and got an entire month dedicated to the celebration. But how exactly did we move from this to that? And what is the next step? Well, let's have a look into this. Alright, so everything starts with the LGB, lesbian, gay and bisexual, which comes way back from the past with the people of Sodom and Gomorrah according to religions. But let's focus here on our modern era, the 20th century, which saw one of the main events in the progress of the movement with the formation of the Society of Human Rights in Chicago in 1924, considered the first gay rights organization in the US. The path from that point was simple: fight for equality, freedom and acceptance of the homosexual community in the Western world. And despite the difficulties and opposition encountered from the more conservative and reluctant people, another milestone will be reached: the right for same-sex marriage, with the Netherlands being the first country to legalize it in 2001, followed by several other countries in Europe and throughout the world. Then comes the addition of the T, transgender, to the acronym. At that point, the movement had evolved with the addition of the gender identity issues to the matter. Now, the people who considered that the gender was different from the sex they were born with joined the show, making the movement even more massive. And the Pride Day, celebrated originally on the 28th of June in commemoration of the Stonewall Uprising, had evolved into an entire month, the Pride Month. As things were not complicated enough already, comes the Q and the plus, with Q meaning queer or questioning of identities. Just in case you feel lost and don't know what gender you belong. But more seriously, the advocates of the movement themselves can't put a number on the amount of gender that are supposed to exist, and everyone is free to express what he identifies as, which is part of a right of course, but can lead to several deviances, with people identifying as animals, as we saw with a teacher in East Sussex, who called one of her students despicable for refusing to acknowledge his classmate identifying as a cat. Well, this is hilarious and scary at the same time because these people can't reproduce, but the community still has to grow, right? So the solution is quite simple: targeting the children of those who can have kids and start injecting the confusion into the minds since the early ages, with family-friendly parades, the doctors and school system forcing children to choose the gender in which they identify, as if a 13-year-old kid can make such a life-changing decision when he can't even decide his bedtime. Now after all that, the next step appears to be forcing people to accept pedophilia, or let's say minor attracted people, because they are human and we do not want to hurt their feelings, right? A topic that will be saved for another time. Now keep in mind that this is not against the people of the LGBT community, but more about the agenda targeting kids that they seem to have lost control over, as we can see with some gay people who are now expressing their shame of what the movement has become. Because to live in tolerance, people should respect each other's opinions, so you're free to live your life. But if you target other people's kids, then it becomes a provocation, not an expression of freedom, and in return they will become more intolerant. Now consider leaving a like if you enjoyed the content, subscribe and comment down below. This is a new channel and your support will be much appreciated. Thanks for watching.